Good everyone, welcome to today's video, and today is a Spade review on the I-16 Chung 28. Now, I'm going to say straight off the bat, this thing's shit. Straight to conclusions, eh? Well, it's actually not the plane's fault. Well, in a way it is, but at the same time, it's also just the way the Chinese wanted it, I guess. So the airframe is very similar to the Type 5 in the way that it only has two guns. It doesn't have the nose-mounted guns. However, there is one critical thing that this thing has wrong with it that the Type 5, obviously the next review that I'll do, doesn't have in terms of a problem, and that's the guns. Now, the Chung 28 has pretty good performance. It's very similar to the Type 5 as already mentioned. It's just those freaking guns. It has two 7.62 PV1 machine guns. Now, on paper, that doesn't sound so bad, because the I-15 has four of them, and they're nose mounted. However, when you're convergence reliant, it is a real ass to do this thing properly. And obviously, when you've only got two of them, that makes it a lot worse. Obviously, the Type 5 has Shikass machine guns. Obviously, the PV1 has a fire rate of 750 rounds per minute. But then you look at the Shikass, and it's double that. It has double the fire rate. So you can imagine why I prefer the Type 5 over the Chung 28. So to go briefly over the Chung 28, it is essentially just a Chinese modification of the I-16. It obviously has different guns. As far as I'm aware, it's got a different engine, but to be honest, I don't really feel much of a difference. Obviously, it's pretty much a copy paste of just the I-16 Type 5 stat card. If we just look, it is a copy paste, but it just feels better to fly the Type 5. It honestly does. So, here comes the no bullshit review. Do I think you should fly and Spade the Chung 28? No. It's going to be a first Chinese review where I say no. It's just one of those planes that is at a severe disadvantage compared to another plane you can fly for another 4,000 RP, I think it was. Having crap guns can make the difference between life and death, as you will see in this game. This was my first battle in the Chung 28 and the first time I learned how shit the guns were. Now, I do get a lucky fire on an MS4 of 6, I think it was. But that's luck. And, well, I'll show you the stock belts. Like, the Shikass works with the stock belts. PV1s do not. Tracer, Ball, API, and AI. My recommended belts are Tracers or Stealth. Gun convergence from like 300 to 400 meters. These guns are very convergence reliant, and you need to get in close to do damage with PV1s. I'm afraid the I-15 makes it work because of burst mass. This doesn't. Obviously, with them being wing mounted, they're convergence reliant. So you can understand why I'm not a big fan of this plane. I knew it was going to be a bit of a dog's dinner when I saw it, but flipping hell, it is a dog's dinner and a half. So let's jump right in and let's see what the Chung 28 can do. Now there is one player in this team that I get pretty pissed off about. Did send him a private message basically saying you're a useless fucking twat because he just left me to die basically. Can't remember his name. I'll point him out when I see him, but it's just ridiculous. It's just like this was my first flight in the Chung 28, and this is where I learned how shit the guns were. And I think it was in this, but I think it was Mala69 who appeared in the. Was he the guy who shot down the Aegis 123 battle? I think it might have been. But he doesn't help me. He doesn't really do anything. And, well, if we look, he just cares about himself. It's quite clearly. So, obviously, being an I-16, it's a bit of a dog when it's stuck. That was not meant to rhyme before anyone asks. The actual plane itself flies pretty okay. However, there's a bit of a sand bug, and this thing's got an open cockpit. Because obviously it's a... Oh, I don't know, like, it's got the cockpit design of the Type 10, but it's got the stat card of a Type 5. It's got the guns from an I-15. Just only 2 of them. And I loved it if it had 4, personally, but fucking hell, just 2. Oh, the burst mass. I know I did that, they're not nose mounted, like, flip it out. But, so, the sandbug is basically, it sounds like it's got a closed cockpit, but it's an open cockpit. That's literally all I could find. So, what's going to be happening in the spell? Well, not much. This team's going to just die. That's literally it. They're just going to die. And, oh my god. You're just going to see the retardation. I knew immediately, in fact, no, thinking about it now, Slavian Knight, that rings a bell. I'm just thinking about the guy who I messaged. I think it might have been Slavian Knight. Like I say, I've got bad memory, so I do apologize for that. I've always had a bad memory. Blood runs in the family, unfortunately. Oh no, it is Mala69 who I gave a bollock into. So, just like to point out, 3 of our team, which are over to the left, obviously you won't see them because I'm not showing them there. They all dived on that Ju-87 you saw screaming in. Yeah, that really helps the team, don't it? Diving in on a Stuka that's already dropped his payload and has bombed 1 tank and the rest AAA. Very useful to the team. But hey, level 100s, they don't give a fuck half the time. It's only the smart level 100s that benefit anymore in this game. And even then, we still get fucked over by retards luck. So there you can see a CW21 has got a Key 27 on his ass. I think the Key 27 is going to kill him if I remember rightly. He kills another plane, he just, well no, it was a different plane. He's already killed it, but at this point, I see this P26, and obviously Mala69, desperate for the kill, screams in and slots behind the P shooter. It's quite clear he's only going for the easy targets. Obviously, I saw the P26, but the second I saw it had 2 planes on him, I left him. But at this point, Mala69 has, well, I think he's actually out of ammunition. I don't know how, because, well, it's a P shooter. How do you use OEM on a P shooter? I mean, Stuka goes down a couple of cannon hits, so he shouldn't have to be, well, if we look, he is actually out of ammo, he's on 2 kills, but both planes that he's killed make no difference to the outcome of the battle. A Stuka and a Pea shooter are not priority targets. If anything, the priority targets on the enemy team are the Hawk, the P-66 Vanguard, the CW-21. Maybe even the Hurricane that you saw up to the left over there. But it's all about prioritization. You can't half-arse it. And here's where I learned how shit the guns were. Long burst onto this P-36, I'd only get a small crit, which I think was a fuselage. Very useful. Obviously, next target, I think, okay, 4 or 5's right in front of me, I might as well go for him. And, well, that was toast, he won it. That's going to be my first kill, but it takes him an awful long time to burn down. And you can see what I mean by about the guns, they just don't have the fire rate. Obviously, only having 2 of them, that weakens it even more. And down goes that MS, that's my first kill. And, well, this P-66 Vanguard pilot did make a lot of mistakes, he was doing a lot of turning, so I left the key 10 for that Chica down there. Or one thing is, no, is it V-156 going for that guy? And I'm deciding at this point what to go for next. Obviously, the Hurricane might be the better target, because obviously he's tailing Charlie, but the P-66 is... well, it's better performance than the Hurricane, it just loses energy. The Hurricane, for some reason, goes for a ground target and crashes, which is always nice. But obviously, I'm on my own here. There's 4 planes here compared to, well, me and a I-15. Obviously, there's that Hawk I critted earlier. Long burst. More hits. If that was Shikasi, he'd have been dead. Because if I slow the guns fire on this thing, I have no chance. And obviously, at this point, I've spotted the Vanguard. I'm going in to finish off the P-36, but I don't actually get the kill on him. I then spot the P-66 Vanguard turning for a shot. I'm thinking, fuck, what do I do? Okay, I'll just bank it into a hard turn. He scores some good hits on me, but the mistake he makes is turning. The P-66 Vanguard, as Area V covered, loses energy so badly, and he should not have turned, but long burst, I crit the Vanguard, and I get the pilot after nearly jamming my guns. However, at this point, I'm on my own. I-16 is not giving a single fuck. And, well, that's the end of me. My guns did basically nothing there. And, well, the engine is dead. The plane's on fire in 2 locations. And that's me out of the battle. And as you can imagine, I was pretty pissed off at I-16 because he went for targets that didn't matter. And we actually lost this game, just to point out. We did lose this. You'd have thought a level 100 would go for the priority targets. I went for the priority targets that I thought were appropriate. So just the MS4 at 5 or the 6 or whatever. Same freaking thing. And obviously the P-66 Vanguard. I was targeting aircraft that meant a difference to the outcome of the battle, such as the Hawk. I was going to target the Hurricane. Obviously, I killed the MS-406 and I killed the Vanguard. Those are priority targets. What did this guy do? Well, he didn't exactly win us the game. And killing a P shooter and Ju-88, or sorry, Ju-87, ain't gonna mean shit. And if we look, if we take off planes, or take off tanks and stuff, he's trash. He's absolutely trash in aircraft. What was he doing? Going for flipping planes like that? They don't mean a difference. Whatever. Well, I-16 type, well, Chung 28, please do avoid it. I'm having a bit of camera issues here. I'm trying to get the front of the plane. Please do avoid it. Just fly to Type 5, which obviously is the next review. This plane just... the firepower is just so limiting. I mean, I would have killed that Hawk if I had Chakas. I know that. Even if I had stock rounds like I did in this battle, I know I would have killed that that P-36 with stock belts. I can tell you that right now. I would have done. You'll see in my first flight of the I-16 Type 5, which is the one that I'm going to use for review. And I've literally named it the better type, or the better Chung 28, for that reason. If anyone wants to know about the Chung 28 designation, I have no idea, so don't ask me. But yep. So, Chung 28, please do ignore it. It's absolutely trash with its armament. It honestly, if it had 4 PV1s, I wouldn't give it a toss because it would have had the burst mass to take down that Gladiator. But because it didn't, I was unable to kill that Gladiator, and I was unable to kill that P-36. But hey, shit happens. So the I-16 Chung 28, I'll quickly show my stats for. I did not have a good run in the aircraft. We had 3 air kills, 2 deaths, no wins. In the 4 flights that I flew this thing, there was no wins. That's pretty bad, isn't it? No ground targets either. I didn't even bother using the PV1s for ground attack, especially when there's only 2 of them. But you live and you learn that this plane is a pile of shit. Like I say though, the performance is good. It's a Type 5. It's just the guns that really limit this plane. So I hope you enjoyed today's review and my obviously no bullshit reviews as I always do. And I will see you all on the next one.